Hello everybody, in this video you will learn how to paint Abaddon the War Master. You can also use this tutorial to paint gold or black on your Black Legion Chaos Space Marines. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel to see more similar tutorials to this one, and let's just jump into it. So you will start with a black primer and you will put down a layer of Abaddon Black so you can clean it up later on. Now take Mephiston red and apply it for the hair. Also take khorne red, apply it for the sword and a little bit on the belt. So now it's time for the cape. Take khorne red and Nugget Knight and just layer it down, just like this. Now take Celestra Grey, Abaddon Black and put down layer down there just like this. Okay, this is finished product. Now take Ushabti bone and paint it on all the skulls and also the face. Now take Ushabti bone, crystal flesh, paint it like this. Also Ushabti bone and Slaanesh grey for the Genestealer cold skull. Now take Retributor armor and paint pretty much all gold areas. Also the Space Marine on the base. You can also combine other golds and brass or bronze and paint Abaddon's armor just like that. You are gonna paint over it anyway, so don't sweat it really. This is the final product after you base the armor. Now it's time for the cables with Celestra Grey and Zamesi Desert for the base. Now take Macragge blue and base your ultramarine. Now once again take Celestra Grey and apply it on the stones. Now it's time for Nugget Knight just for this cable in the middle of the base. Now take Gorter Brown, it's gonna be easy, just this little stick. Take Caliban Green and paint the little helmet, it's gonna be a Dark Angel. Now take khorne red and apply it on the flames. Now it's time to base with Leadbelcher all the iron and steel areas, pretty much talons, and don't forget to drill barrels. Now you can also paint some of the bullets with bronze or brass or whatever. And I'm also adding a little bit of red to the bullets, to the shells. Now to base the sword you will use Abaddon Black and also Ahriman Blue. I'm doing the red tips of the shells. Alright, so this is how it looks right now. Now it's time to wash the model, use Aegir's Earthshade, also Noon Oil for metallics and grey areas. Also you can use Noon Oil or Drakenhof Nightshade for the Ultramarine. Okay, so this is what it looks like after you wash the model. Now I will start to paint this Blood Angel with some Mephiston red, Evil Sun Scarlet, And also I will paint the lens with Caliban green and mood green, and also a little white dot as usual. Also I will add final highlight with this orange. I will also paint the neck area with Abaddon Black and highlight it with Celestra Grey. Okay, so the helmet is now complete. And it's time to do the skulls on the back. I will also add the Chala Lilac to my Ushabti bone to dry brush the Genestealer skull. Now it's time to add metallics to the top. And finally it's time to paint the gold area with these colors. I will pretty much mix them and achieve a true metallic metal look. Yeah, this is the final product. It took me many hours, but it is really worth it in my opinion. Now I will start with the sword. You can already guess that this is gonna be a non-metallic metal. And you will just need 3 colors. This is the progress. Now I will add Nihilic Oxide to these recesses. Just really be careful now. And also add highlight with White Scar. Yeah, also don't forget this area with little stinks coming out of the blade. So now I will take Evil Sun Scarlet and finish the sword area. Also the hair. You will add a little bit of Fire Dragon Bright and Yriel Yellow to finish the highlight on the sword handle to be exact. Also you can highlight a little bit of the middle of the belt. So now it's time to do the non-metallic metal, or true metallic metal in this case, of the gold rims of Abaddon, and this process took me many hours, so I will just speed it up. These are the final gold trims of the armor on the leg. I think it looks really cool. But now I'm gonna finish the whole model. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the final product. Looks really cool in my opinion. And now we will do the yellow eye symbols. So just be really precise. You will mix those colors a lot, using mainly Flash Git and Evil Sun Scarlet to do yellowish orange color. Also don't forget that the middle of this symbol is black, and I will also add a little bit of khorne red so it's more interesting. So just dry brush these colors on, and you can also use a really small brush to finish the small details. Alright, so now it's time to finish the cape using the original color. And you will add a little bit of khorne red to make the highlights. And also you can add orange to do the very edge of the cape. Now it's time to finish some more skulls, particularly this skull. Now I will also highlight some of the steel parts. Mainly the talon of Horus. First I will finish the cables with these colors. And now it's time to do the front of the cape. You can also add a little bit of the Chala Lilac. And also do the elbows, and you will do them with Dark Reaper and Leadbelcher. And finally it's time to finish the armor using Incubi Darkness and Celestra Grey. First apply Incubi Darkness as your first highlight and finish it with mix of Celestra Grey and Incubi Darkness. Now take Kislev Flesh, Pallid Witch Flesh, White Scar, Ushabti Bone and optional Pink Horror to paint the skin. And you will progressively build up the color. At first it's quite dark, but you will add brighter and brighter colors, so it's way nicer. Yeah, this is the progress. Be really precise. You will also paint the eyes, and you have to be really precise for that. And finally, it's time to do the base. So I will actually use the texture color Armageddon Dust. I highly recommend to apply it to the wet palette first and then apply it from the wet palette. Then wash it with Agrax Earthshade. Dry brush it using Ushabti Bone. And finally finish it with Longbeard Grey. Also, I have forgotten about these skulls, so you will do them also. Now you will take the Agrax Earthshade and apply it straight to the details, so you will separate them from the base to make them stand out. Now you will take Outdoor Guard Blue, mix it with a little bit of white and apply first highlight on your dead Ultramarine Lieutenant. I'll add some more white scar to this mix and do another highlight. So this is what it looks like right now. Quite nice highlights. Pick Mephiston Red, Fire Dragon Bright and White Scar of course to make the lens. You also know that I have a tutorial for lenses, so you can watch that. Add a little bit of Flesh Gears Yellow, so the lens is finished. Now do the same with the Dark Angel helmet. Right now it's time to make this lieutenant actually a lieutenant, using Mephiston Red, Ulthuan Grey and Retributor armor, painting these stripes. Also take White Scar and Retributor armor and highlight these edges. Also paint Leadbelcher on the damaged area and elbows. Now paint this Dark Angel helmet with combination of Mood Green and Caliban Green. Take a little bit of black wash and apply it to the helmet. Also take brass, bronze, gold and steel colors and apply it to the bullets laying on the ground. Take Liberator Gold and apply it to this Imperial symbol. Alright, so it's almost finished. Take Yriel Yellow and apply it to the flame area. Now you will apply this orange, apply this Evil Sun Scarlet, now apply khorne red. You can also fix your mistakes later with these colors if you are not happy. And finally take a little bit of black and lightly, just really lightly, dry brush this Abaddon Black on the flame area. Now to finish the rocks you will take Celestra Grey Now take the Chala Lilac and apply it to the wire at the very center of the base. Alright, so as you can see, the base is almost finished. Now take the trim area and paint it with black or a brown or whatever color you want it to be. I always prefer black. Also, I will take these tufts and apply them to the base. Alright, and this is your Abaddon. Looks pretty good to me. Alright guys, so this is it. Your Abaddon should be now finally finished. And keep in mind that this process is really long. It took me like 50 hours to paint this miniature, so stay patient if you wanna achieve similar quality. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you really like the video, please subscribe to my channel to see similar tutorials, and see you in the next video. Bye!